Actually feel really good. It's actually massaging out the tops of the shoulders. The more you push your hips up, the stronger it is. So you get to control the amount of weight by the position of your hips. Are you there? Is it feeling... Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it together then, okay? We'll start over. Just with this first position, I'm just going to take them off and start fresh. Are you going to do it together? Okay. So, we take a leg loop, and you put it over your head, underneath both arms. One at a time, we're going to do both. And then second leg loop over the head, underneath both arms, and then just sink back. So you're sitting in the swing, it's kind of lower than the butt, and we're just going to look up and notice that there's an X in front of us, and then the leg loops are separated, so there's an outer leg loop as well. Just tell me when you're ready. Okay, great. Okay, good. So the elbow threads through that space in between the leg loops, and then you pull the outer leg loop to the top of the shoulders. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm not going to be able to see you, so you just give me your verbal cues. I appreciate that. Okay, so now if you lower your hips, depending on the material of your pants, you can let the swing slide down to the knees. So get the swing to the knees, and then you can keep your hands clasped behind your head and push your hips up towards the sky, and this is called shoulder squeeze. Okay, great. Great, and then from when we're here, just experiment with dropping the hips and noticing how that feels, and then pressing the hips up and noticing what happens to the shoulders. And then take a moment to just sway from side to side in this space. Great. So we keep everything the same with the upper body. We're just going to reach towards the swing and start to pull it up over our bum so it's at the top of the hips. When it gets to the hips, push the swing away, and then wrap your legs around. Hook your feet in front. So your feet are hooked around the swing. We're not quite in an inversion yet. We're going to keep the hips dropped and our hands interlaxing. Yeah, we just hang out here. Sweet. So the feet are together, the knees are open wide, and we're just dropping the hips down and feeling the stretch. So you can look towards your navel and stretch the back of your neck. And then you can also arch and extend and press your head down towards the ground, going in the other direction. That makes it a little bit stronger on the shoulders. So take another breath to, exhale and look towards your navel, stretch the back of the neck. Then inhale and arch and push your head down towards the ground, hips up slightly. Beautiful. So you feel how that creates more pressure on the tops of the shoulders to arch? Okay, good. Great. So we're going to press our legs straight up the swing, hook your feet, reach up for the outer leg loop. You're going to hold on to it and pull yourself straight up and down. So this is what we did last week with the leg loops in a different position. Yeah. Beautiful. So you have to pull the leg loops, and then once you get them into a comfortable spot on the shoulders, you can let your hands dangle towards the ground. Very good. Awesome. So this is like the best stretch ever for your neck. Does it feel good? Are you in a good spot, Barbara? Awesome. Yeah, so all I like to do now is to gently look over my shoulder and turn my neck from side to side. Make sure you're really gentle about it, because you're going to get a big stretch all through the side of the neck into the trapezius. It's amazing. Beautiful. Okay, from here, we do a sit-up, right? So we drop our hips and we look up towards our feet. We're going to grab for the highest point we can on the leg loops. So we're going to hold on to the outer leg loop. You have to start to bend the knees and pull yourself up. So when you come to sitting, you have to bring the leg loops down around the waist. So we take our arms out. So the leg loops are wrapped around the waist now. They're no longer on the arms or the shoulders. So your hands have to be up in the air, right? And then in front of you, you're going to have two leg loops to hold on to. They're going to be in an X position, and then you use them to lower yourself down nice and slow. It's a little scary to go forward, but when you come upside down, the leg loops are on the waist. And this is called girdle. It should feel really good. So yeah, it's a little scary coming down, but you got it. But now your arms are completely free, right? Your legs are wide. Yeah. And then you just hang out, and it's the most amazing stretch on the legs. And the hips and the back. Yeah, it's tractioning in a really good way the whole pelvis. And the spine is getting to hang even more deeply now. Fantastic. So from here, we're just going to do a couple leg variations. So leave the arms dangling towards the floor, and then just bend one knee open, and then the other. So one leg straight, one leg bent. We're just kind of windshield wipering from side to side. Just really gentle. Just notice what happens in the hips when we sway from side to side. Changes everything. Then we're going to go ahead and reach up. My little mic here keeps going in my mouth. So we're going to reach up and grab for the toes. So wide straddle. So that should feel really good. Expand the heart. Stretch through the torso. Awesome. Let's try and bend the knees out to the sides and come into Baddha Konasana. This should be a really big stretch. So in Baddha Konasana, we're pulling the feet down towards the ground and opening up the knees. Pretty amazing. And then go ahead and come through wide straddle again. Now from here, go ahead and bend the right knee in. Left leg stays extended for a bow and arrow. A little bit deeper with the toe grab, and then bend the left knee in, right leg's extended. Feel like you're shooting the energy out through the right toes. Awesome. And then through wide straddle, we release the feet, come into a back bend. So bend the knees. Yeah, so bend the knees and grab your feet behind you in a back bend. Yeah, like we're in bow. Try that. Okay, great. Now we're holding onto the feet and we're pressing the hip flexors forward, and it's a really big stretch for the front of the quad, right? Let's take a couple deep breaths there. Very good. Okay, so back through our wide straddle legs. Just hang out here and traction the back of the neck. So clasp the hands behind the head and pull straight down towards the ground. So make sure the head is relaxed and the crown is pointing down. Shin can be slightly tucked in, but not too much. Just see if you can create space, pulling kind of from the ears straight down. It's a great stretch for the cervical spine. And let's go ahead and place our hands on the ground, and we'll practice coming into a handstand. Right? So see if you can bring your legs wide, but then see if you can bring your legs up towards the sky a little bit more. It'll feel like you're going to fall out, but you probably won't. Probably. Good. Okay, this is how we come out. We're going to reach for the outer thigh, and notice that there's a leg loop there, the one that's farthest. Okay. So we bend our knees and we have to thread our feet through that spot right by that outer thigh. We thread our legs through, and then we pull ourselves up to sit. So when we get to sitting, the leg loops are going to wind up on the knees, and then there's going to be an X in front of us. All right? Good job. So swing is going to be high up on the back. It's going to be behind the heart. So it's similar to what we were doing last week, where the knees are being pulled together. And we're gently going to just rock from side to side. Really good job, by the way, coming in and out of that. That's tricky, particularly trying to describe it on video, so very good job. Okay. And I'm going to stay back to back with the camera for now to do these stretches. It'll be fine. So we're going to just push and pull in the space like we did before. Okay. Did you have any questions? Are you good? Yeah, you're good. You got this. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah, it's double. One is in front of the swing, and then one is in with the leg loops. Yeah, you're good. So let's go ahead and bring the leg loops to the ankles. So this would be a little bit harder, right? Get a little bit more push and pull in the space. So just try and see what it's like to go as far as you can from side to side. Going to the extremes. Yeah, it feels great. It's really amazing. That pushing and pulling will really help open things up and strengthen at the same time. And there's like a gazillion things we could do. So go ahead and try coming into the wide straddle here. So my hips are heavy. I'm leaning back with my heart, and I'm just squeezing my legs apart. So that's a nice exercise. We're going to change to the arches of the feet for the wow. So you have to change to the arches of the feet. If you don't, the feet with the leg loops will slide. So then we press the feet up towards the sky. We hold on to the front edge of the leg loops, and we come straight up and down. So arch and open and pull with your arms. Yeah, amazing. Cool. So go ahead and start to sink the hips down and do a few crunches here. We're going to arch and open. And then we pull and crunch. Arch and open. Pull and crunch. Awesome. All right, so go ahead and when you come to sit, release the leg loops. Keep them on the arches of the feet. It's a little bit harder, but we're going to come into a ladle position. So you let the legs squeeze together, hold on to the swing, and then lower your hands down to the ground. So you can swim them out so they can be wide, which is a totally different stretch than when they're in front of you, palms up, arms straight. But you have this amazing squeeze on the lower back now, right? So the swing is right above the hips, and you can feel it massaging out the quadratus. That's a really sticky area for people, so this is an amazing stretch. Plus we're getting the benefit of both the back bend and the inversion. So all of this arching and opening through the upper body is allowing the energy to drain out.